Welcome all to LawSikho's thorough newspaper analysis for 29th and 30th August 2023. Due to some technical glitch, we were not able to upload the yesterday's TNA, so we have merged both the TNAs in the today's session. Now, starting with the editorial portion of the today's session, what the Supreme Court order on the validity of self-respect marriages says, which is we have covered from the Indian Express. Then we will discuss about the news updates, which will include the national news, international news, important days, awards and sports. And then lastly, we will talk about some prominent High Court and Supreme Court judgment statement that have come up. Now, the editorial session which talks about what the Supreme Court order on the validity of self-respect marriages say. Now, as per the flow of our editorial, we generally talk about the context, that why we are talking about this particular concept, then what is the present situation and why this particular topic is in the dialogue, and what are the future implications of this particular topic. Now, starting with the context, the Honorable Supreme Court on 28th of August observed that there is no blanket ban on advocates solemnizing self-respect marriages under Section 7, Subclause A of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955. The bench of Justices S. Ravindra Bhatt and Arvind Kumar set aside a 2014 ruling of the Madras High Court, and the case name was Balakrishna Pandian versus the Superintendent of Police, holding that marriages performed by the advocates are not valid and that Suya Maria Thai or self-respect marriages cannot be solemnized in secrecy. In this recent order, the Supreme Court allowed a petition challenging a Madras High Court order dated 5th May, where the court had ordered the initiation of disciplinary action against the advocate who solemnized such marriages in their offices and issued marriage certificate to consenting adults. Now, what are self-respect marriages? The question comes here. So, in 1968, the Hindu Marriage Tamil Nadu Amendment Act 1967, which became the law post the President's approval, modified the Hindu Marriage Act by inserting Section 7A into it. This amendment extended only to the state of Tamil Nadu. Now, Section 7A deals with special provision on self-respect and secular marriages. It legally recognizes any marriage between any two Hindus, which can be referred to as Serurutha marriage or by any other name. Such marriages are solemnized in the presence of relatives, friends or other persons, with party declaring each other to be husband or wife in a language understood by them. Further, each party to marriage garlands the other or put a ring on the other finger or ties a thali or mangal sutra. However, such marriages are also required to be registered as per the law. Now, rationale behind such marriages. The rationale behind the Tamil Nadu government amending the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 to include self-respect marriages was to radically simplify weddings by shunning the need for mandatory Brahman priest, holy fire, and Saptapadi, that is 7 steps. This allowed marriages to be declared in the presence of the couple's friends or family or any other persons. In a nutshell, the amendment was made to do away with the need of priests and rituals which were otherwise required to complete wedding ceremonies. Now, what is the background of the present case before the Honorable Supreme Court? In this case before the Supreme Court, that is Ila Varsan versus Superintendent of Police, the court was hearing an appeal of a man called Ila Varsan against the Madras High Court May 23 order, rejecting his habeas corpus petition to present his wife before the court. The petitioner had claimed that he had performed Surya Maria Thai with his wife, who was currently under their parents' illegal custody. Refusing to accept the self-respect marriage certificate issued by the advocate, the High Court dismissed Ila Varsan habeas corpus plea. Thus, he was compelled to move the top court, which successfully admitted his plea. Now, it was a 2014 Madras High Court ruling, which is now being overruled by the Honorable Supreme Court. Now, we are very clear in our mind that even the protagonist of the Surya Marithai form of marriage did not visualize marriages being solemnized in secrecy. The very idea of performing marriage with celebration is to publicly declare the marital status of the parties. Even Bhandai Periyar used to conduct Surya Marithai form of marriage publicly so that the world recognized the status of the couple. Hence, celebration of marriage is not anti-ethical to Surya Marithai form of marriage. Therefore, we are of opinion that a marriage conducted in secrecy with few strangers around, be it Suya Maria Thai form, will not amount to solemnization as required under Section 7 and 7 of Hindu Marriage Act, the High Court held in the case. Now, what has the top court ruled on self-respect marriages in the past? In S. Nagalingam versus Sivagami, 2001, a bench of justices T.P. Mohapatra and K.G. Balakrishnan recognized the petitioner's marriage with his wife to be a valid one despite the ceremony of Saptapadi or 7 steps around the sacred fire not taking place. The court held that there is no blanket ban on advocates to solemnize marriages under Section 7A of the Hindu Marriage Act, that is Tamil Nadu State Amendment Act. Clarifying that the party in the present case did not consider the Saptapadi ceremony to be essential as per their personal law, the court said that Section 7 of the Hindu Marriage Act, that is Tamil Nadu State Amendment, would apply instead. The main thrust of this provision is that the presence of a priest is not necessary for the performance of a valid marriage. Parties can enter into a marriage in the presence of their relatives, friends, or other persons, and each party to marriage should declare in the language understood by the party that each take the other to be his wife, or as the case may be, her husband, and the marriage would be completed by a simple ceremony requiring the parties to the marriage to garland each other or put a ring upon any finger of the other or tie a thali. The court had observed in its ruling. Now, this was all about the editorial session, which was about the self-respect marriages under the Hindu Marriage Act and what was the Supreme Court ruling on it. Now, coming up to the national news, Neeraj Chopra scripts history yet again, becomes first Indian to win gold medal in World Athletics Championship. Olympic champion Neeraj Chopra on Sunday scripted history yet again as he became the first Indian to win a gold medal in the World Athletics Championship with a big throw of 88.17 meter in the men's javelin final. In another first, 3 Indians finished in the top 8 with Kishore Jeena and DP Manu taking the 5th and 6th spots respectively. Chopra has now become only the second Indian after legendary shooter Abhinav Bindra to simultaneously hold the Olympic and World Championship title. Bindra won the World Championship title when he was 23 and Olympic gold at the age of 25. Chopra, who had become the first Indian Olympic track and field gold medalist in Tokyo Games in 2021, had won a silver in the 2022 edition of World Championship. Before him, legendary long jumper Anju Bobby George had won a bronze in 2003 World Championship. The Indian superstar also became only the third javelin thrower in the history to simultaneously hold the Olympics and the World Championship title after the iconic Zelizen of Republics and Andries Thorkildsen of Norway. Zelizen clinched Olympic gold in 1992, 1996 and 2000 while winning World Championship title in 1993, 1995 and 2001. Thorkildsen won gold in 2008 Olympics and 2009 World Championship. Now, coming up to the next national news of the day, Gujarat, Union Home Minister Amit Shah chairs Western Zonal Council in Gandhinagar. Union Home and Cooperation Minister Amit Shah chaired the 26th meeting of the Western Zonal Council at Gandhinagar, Gujarat. The minister also inaugurated an e-resource web portal of the Interstate Council Secretariat. During the meeting, the Home Minister asked the Zonal Council member states to work sensitively on three issues of national importance, that is, Poshan Abhiyan, reducing the dropout rate of school children, and taking benefits of Ayushman Bharat, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana to every poor. He stated that the zonal council are an important platform for cooperative federalism for resolving issues between the center and the states and between the states with whole of government approach, which believes in consensual solution in accordance with the spirit of the constitution. Good practices adopted by the member state UTs were also shared in the meeting. The minister asked member states of the Western Zonal Council to work towards creating necessary basic infrastructure and capacity for implementation of the three bills introduced in the last session of Parliament to reform criminal bills. Now, let us talk about the Western Zonal Council in Gandhinagar. The Western Zonal Council comprises the state of Gujarat, Goa, Maharashtra, then the Union Territories of Dadar and Nagar Haveli, and Daman and Diu. The 26th meeting of the Western Zonal Council was attended by the Chief Minister of the member states and the administrators of the UT, along with two senior ministers from each state. Apart from them, the chief secretaries, advisors, and other senior officers of the state, UTs, and central government also participated in the meeting. Between 2014 and 2023, a total of 23 meetings of the Zonal Council and 29 meetings of its standing committee were held, whereas from 2004 to 2014, there were only 11 meetings of the Zonal Council and 14 meetings of the standing committees. Now, Indian Air Force contingent reaches Egypt to participate in multilateral exercises. In a step aimed at deepening military ties with Egypt, an Indian Air Force contingent on Sunday left for Northeastern African country to take part in the multilateral exercise that is Bright Star 23, involving the participation of US, Saudi Arabia, Greece, and Qatar. The IAF is taking part in the trial service exercise being held at Cairo West Air Base from August 27 to September 16 for the first time. The objective of the exercise is to participate, practice planning and execution of joint operations. Besides leading to bonding across the border, such interactions also provide a means to further strategic relations between participating nations. Exercise Bright Star 23 also comes after Indian and Egyptian armies conducted the first ever joint exercise between the Special Forces ex-Cyclone 1 in January. Now, when it comes to India and Egypt relations, it upgraded their relationship to a strategic partnership with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and LCC signing an agreement to boost cooperation in security, trade, investment, and technology during the former state visit to Egypt in June end. Modi became the first Indian PM to visit Egypt in 26 years. Now, the next national news of the day, eminent lyricist Dev Kohli no more. Eminent Hindustani poet and lyricist Dev Kohli, who has penned songs like Kabutar Ja 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 and Aja Sham Hone Ai in Maine Pyar Kiya and Ye Kali Kali Aankhein and in Bazigar, passed away in Mumbai on Saturday at the age of 81. During his career spanning around 6 decades, Kohli wrote songs over 100 Hindi films, many of them turning out to be super hits. He was suffering from an old age ailment and was in hospital for a few months. Now let us have a few family and a career background of Mr. Kohli. Mr. Kohli was born on 2nd November 1942 in a Sikh family in Rawalpindi. After partition, his family moved to Dehradun, where he studied at Shri Guru Nanak Dev Guru Maharaj College. He moved to Mumbai in 1964 in search of jobs in the entertainment industry and got a break in 1969 in Gunda. His first hit was Geet Gata Hu in Lal Patthar, which was sung by the legendary Kishore Kumar. Mr. Kohli wrote songs for more than 100 hit films like Maine Pyar Kiya, Bazigar, Jodwa 2, Musafir, Shootout at Lokhandwala, and Taxi number 911. The next national news, SVAMITVA scheme of Ministry of Panchayat Raj wins the National Award for E-Governance 2023 Gold for application of emerging technologies for providing citizen-centric services. SVAMITVA, that is survey of villages, Abadi and mapping with improvised technology in village area scheme of Ministry of Panchayati Raj, has been conferred with the prestigious National Award for E-Governance 2023 Gold for application of emerging technologies for providing citizen-centric services at the 26th National Conference on E-Governance organized by the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances. As mentioned above, the two-day national conference on e-governance was jointly organized by the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances and Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. The event themed was Viksit Bharat Empowering Citizens, aimed to facilitate discussions on cutting-edge technology, effective e-governance strategies, and knowledge sharing among various stakeholders. The event featured the presentation of the National E-Governance Award across 5 distinct categories, that is, government process re-engineering for digital transformation, application of emerging technology for providing citizen-centric services, district-level initiative for e-governance, research on citizen-centric services by academic and research institutions, and application of emerging technology in e-governance startups. Now, some of the exam takeaways. Minister of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj Department is Shri Giriraj Singh. Now, TNA question for the day. When was Panchayati Raj system introduced in India for the first time? Do tell me in the comment section. It would be really helpful for you to clearing the exams, and we'll certainly offer some takeaways on this particular TNA question also. Now, coming up with the national news, Reliance on NextGen, Isha, Akash and Anant Ambani to be on board. On the 46th IRL AGM, that is Annual General Meeting, Reliance Industries Limited appointed Isha Ambani, Akash Ambani and Anant Ambani as directors to the board of the oil to telecom conglomerate. Their appointment will take effect from the date they assume office after the approval by the stakeholders. Now, some of the few facts about Isha Ambani, Akash Ambani and Anant Ambani. Isha Ambani is a member of the board at Reliance Retail Venture Limited, Reliance Jio, Reliance Foundation and Reliance Foundation Institute of Education and Research and Dhirubhai Ambani International School. She graduated from the Yale University with a double majors in psychology and South Asian studies and is also an MBA from Stanford University. She has been named in Time Magazine Time 100 Next List of Rising Stars from across industries around the world and has been recognized with the prestigious Gen Next Entrepreneur Award at the Forbes India Leadership Awards 2023. Now, Akash Ambani is a chairman of Reliance Jio Infocom Limited. He was earlier serving as a non-executive director on RJIL, that is Jio Infocom Limited, since 2014. He also serves on the board of Geo Platforms Limited. He receives a bachelor's in economics from Brown University, US, and is also a member of the President Leadership Council of Brown University. He has been named as Time Magazine Time 100 Next Rising Stars from across industries around the world and Fortune's Young Leaders who stood out for their impact on business. Anant Ambani has served as a director on the boards of Geo Platform Limited since 2020, Reliance Retail Ventures since 2022, and Reliance Energy and Reliance New Solar Energy since 2021. He also serves on board of Reliance Foundation from September 2022. Anant Ambani also holds a bachelor degree from Brown University. Now, the next national news, Gitika Srivastava, Joint Secretary of Ministry of External Affairs, Indo-Pacific Division, appointed as a new charge affairs at Islamabad High Commission. Gitika Srivastava, currently serving as Joint Secretary at the headquarters of the Ministry of External Affairs, will be India's new charge affairs at the High Commission in Islamabad. She is expected to take up her assignment in Islamabad shortly and will succeed Suresh Kumar. Gitika Srivastava is a 2005 batch Indian Foreign Service officer. Srivastava is currently serving as a Joint Secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs, India Indo-Pacific Wing. From 2007 to 2009, she served a 2-year tenure in Indian Embassy in China. This was followed by stints at Regional Passport Office in Kolkata and Director of Indian Ocean Region in Ministry of External Affairs. Following the August 2019 abrogation of 370, which scrapped Jammu and Kashmir special status, the India and Pakistani missions in Islamabad and New Delhi have not been headed by high commissioners. Following a string of terror attacks blamed on Pakistani-based terror outfits, the bilateral ties between the two warring countries have been at an all-time low. In the absence of the high commissioners, the highest ranking diplomat is CDA, who is a joint secretary rank equivalent officer. Now, the president releases commemorative coin on NTR's birth centenary. President Draupadi Murmu on Monday released a commemorative coin on legendary actor and former Chief Minister of Unified Andhra Pradesh, late N.T. Rama Rao, on his centenary year at the Rashtrapati Bhavan Cultural Center. He spread the message of social justice and equality through one of his films, Manu Shulanta Okate. All human beings are equal, the president order. The N.T. Rama Rao commemorative coin was printed at the Indian Government Mint in Hyderabad on the directions of the Union Ministry of Finance. IGM Chief General Minister V.N.R. Naidu in a statement said, the special coin is not meant for normal transactions in the market, but has been released for preservation as a tribute to late N.T. Rama Rao. Now, the next news of the day, Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal launches Tele Law 2.0. Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal launched Tele Law 2.0. The Department of Justice celebrated the feat of providing free legal advice to 50 lakh people across the country through its Tele Law program. Tele Law 2.0 integrates Tele Law and Nyay Bandhu app to ensure access to justice. This will enable the common citizens to access legal advice, legal assistance, and legal representation through a single registration and a single gateway of Tele Law. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Meghwal said the number of beneficiaries of the Tele Law scheme have reached 50 lakh. He added the integration of legal guidance, support, and representation through a single registration process stands as a testament to the commitment to nurture a digitally literate and empower populace. The minister called upon legal professionals to contribute pro bono services to ensure that no citizen is deprived of essential legal assistance. Q&A question of the day: which article of the Indian Constitution provides for the provision of free legal aid, and by which amendment it was added? Do tell me in the comment section. Now, important days. National Sports Day in India is celebrated on 29th August every year to commemorate the birth anniversary of hockey legend Major Dhyan Chand Singh. The first National Sports Day was celebrated on August 29, 2012, and hence this year marks the 12th anniversary of Rashtriya Khel Divas. The theme of this day was Sports are an enabler to an inclusive and fit society. Now let us talk about the history of this particular day. The roots of the National Sports Day can be tracked back to the birth of Major Dhyan Chand Singh. He ruled the world of hockey and is often called the hockey wizard and the magician. On August 29, 1905, in Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh, he started off his career with the British Indian Army. His career spanned from 1926 to 1948 and ended as one of the greatest hockey players of all time after having represented in India 185 matches and scored over 400 goals. In recognition of his unparalleled contribution, the Indian government declared his birthday as National Sports Day in 2012 with the aim to inspire generations to come. The decision was also focused on promoting sports and physical fitness among the people in the country. Now, the next important day, National Small Industry Day. Now, India commemorates National Small Industry Day on August 30 as a tribute to the invaluable role played by the small-scale industries in the country progress. The day serves as a platform to encourage and bolster growth in enterprises within the MSME sector, foster the establishment of new businesses, and create job opportunities. Now, on August 30, 2000, the government had unveiled an extensive policy package that led to the annual observance of National Small Industry Day. On the other hand, the United Nations General Assembly has officially designated June 27 as an MSME Day with the aim of amplifying public recognition of the significant role that MSME play in advancing sustainable development and overall global economy. The day has been observed since 2017, subsequent to the passage of a resolution within the Assembly during the year. Now, coming up to the next international news of the day, Anne Ankun Lawut earned historic first title as badminton worlds. And say young Ankun Lawut Viti Drisan has become the first woman and men singles winner from South Korea and Thailand at the Badminton World Championship in Copenhagen on Sunday. Now, let us talk about the World Championship. The 2023 BWF World Championship, official and sponsored, titled Total Energies BWF World Championship 2023, was an international badminton tournament that took place at Royal Arena in Copenhagen, Denmark from 21st to 27th August. It was the fifth time that Copenhagen had hosted the BWF World Championship after 1983, 1991, 1999 and 2014 editions. Winner list and medal tally is on the next slide. Now let us see the men's single, women's single who won gold, silver and bronze accordingly. So this is a particular table that has all the winners name and which country has won the maximum gold, silver, bronze. So when it comes to South Korea, they having 3 gold, bronze 1, total having 4 medals. And when it comes to India, 1 bronze and having 1 total medal. Now, the next international news of the day, China-Bhutan hold first meeting on delimitation of boundary. China and Bhutan have set up a joint technical team on the delimitation of China-Bhutan boundary as a part of Beijing's effort to speed up the resolution of the boundary issue. The decision to set up the joint technical team was taken at a meeting of an expert group meeting on China-Bhutan boundary issues held in Beijing from August 21 to 24. The meeting of the joint technical team was held in the concluding day of the 13th EGM itself. Now, India-Bhutan boundary dispute. China-Bhutan border dispute involves territorial claims and tensions between the two countries over the part of Bhutan's territory, particularly in area bordering Tibet. The disputed regions between China and Bhutan include Doklam, Gamochen, Katangla, Sinchela, Sakteng, and Amochu. Bhutan and China lack formal diplomatic relations. The boundary talks between Bhutan and China began in 1984 and 24th round was held in 2016. The talks have largely focused on disputed area of Bhutan's north and to its west, abutting the Doklam Plateau. However, this have been stalled since 2016, especially after the 2017 Doklam standoff. Now, the next legal update of the day, self-marriages, respect marriages don't require public solemnization or declaration. This particular whole judgment we have dealt with in the today's editorial session, that Supreme Court has overruled the Madras High Court judgment, giving a validation to the self-respect marriages, which does not require public solemnization or declaration. The particular judgment has been Il Varasan versus Superintendent of Police. And the court also has referred to various Supreme Court precedents that recognize the right to choose a life partner as a fundamental right under Article 21, declaring the view expressed in Balakrishnan Pandian to be erroneous. The court overruled it. Now, the next legal update of the day, Hindu Succession Act, possession of property necessary for women to claim right under Section 14, which is dealt by the Honorable Supreme Court. The Honorable Supreme Court has reiterated that for a Hindu female to claim rights under Section 14 of the Hindu Succession Act 1956, she has to be in the possession of the property. Section 14 states that property of a female Hindu will be her absolute property. Subsection 1 states any property possessed by a female Hindu whether acquired before or after the commencement of this act, shall be held by her as a full owner thereof and not as a limited owner. The bench also made certain observations regarding the scope of special leave jurisdiction under Article 136 of the Constitution of India. It is true that leave has been granted in this case. Nevertheless, the settled legal position remains that even after the leave is granted and appeal is admitted, the appellant must show that exceptional and special circumstances exist to reverse the findings, or grave injustice will be done if the decision and the challenge is not inferred with. It has been held in M. Sivadasan, dead through legal representatives, versus A. Saudhanami, dead through legal representative, and others. The next legal update of the day: keeping spouses together despite irretrievable breakdown of marriage is cruelty to both the parties by the Honorable Supreme Court, and it dissolves the marriage. The Supreme Court observed in a recent judgment that keeping the party together despite irretrievable breakdown of marriage amounts to cruelty on both the sides. Continued bitterness, death, emotions, and long separation in the given facts and circumstances of the case can be construed as a case of irretrievable breakdown of marriage. The bench of Justices Sanjay Kishan Gaul and Sudhanshu Dhulia observed while invoking its power under Article 142 of the Constitution to dissolve a marriage. The court referred to a recent decision, Rakesh Raman versus Kavita, which held that irretrievably breakdown of marriages can be dissolved on the ground of cruelty. Reliance was placed on Shilpa Shailesh versus Varun Srinivasan, where the Constitution bench ruled that Article 142 can be invoked to dissolve marriages on the ground of irretrievable breakdown. That's all for the today's TNS session. Keep learning. Thank you for watching.